All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into something that's really shaking up AI development. We're moving beyond the idea of a single genius AI and into a world where we can build entire teams of AI agents that actually work together.
So, let's just kick things off with a big question. I mean, we've all seen what a single, powerful AI is capable of, right? But what if? What if instead of relying on that one lone genius, you could assemble a whole team of specialized AIs? AIs that could actually collaborate to tackle really complex problems. Okay, so we're talking about going beyond a single AI. And to really get why this is such a game changer, we kind of have to look at where we're coming from. You know, the limits of one versus the power of many.
Okay, think about it like this. A single AI agent, well, it's a bit like a single person trying to build a skyscraper. They might be brilliant, but they're going to struggle with a huge multi-step project. The instructions we give them can be pretty rigid. But what if you had a whole construction crew? A multi-agent system is exactly that. You have different agents, each with a special skill, who can collaborate, argue, and build on each other's ideas to get the job done. And the result? You get way better reasoning, more accurate facts, and honestly, just more creative, out-of-the-box solutions.
So, how do we get these agents to talk to each other? Well, this is where a really cool open-source framework from Microsoft Research called AutoGen comes in. It's built on one simple but powerful idea. The secret to getting AIs to work together as a team is conversation. All right, let's break this down. The absolute core of AutoGen is this idea of conversable agents. Now, just think of these as AI team members. You've got your coder, your writer, your project manager, maybe a quality checker. Each one has a specific role. And the whole point is that they're designed to talk to each other, sending messages back and forth to share info, hand off tasks, and basically cooperate to finish a project. And this leads to a completely new way of thinking, something called conversation programming. This is so cool. Instead of a developer having to write every single line of code to solve a problem, they act more like a manager. You basically just define your team, who's in the room, what each agent is good at, and then you give them a goal. From there, you just let them talk it out and figure out the best way to get there. It's a huge shift. And believe me, this isn't just theory. This framework has been used to build some truly mind-blowing applications. We're talking about everything from solving super complex university-level math problems, all the way to two AI agents playing a full game of chess against each other just by having a conversation. It's pretty wild.
So we've got this amazing framework, AutoGen, incredibly powerful, but there's been a catch. Up until now, you really needed to be a hardcore coder to actually build and manage these AI teams.
Yeah, all that stuff, defining the agents, writing their prompts, giving them the right tools, figuring out the rules of their conversation, it's tedious, it's error-prone, and honestly, it created a huge barrier. A lot of people who had great ideas for multi-agent AI just couldn't get past that technical wall.
That is, until now. And this is where AutoGen Studio enters the scene.
So, what is it? Well, its core promise is right there. It's a no-code tool. The whole idea is to let pretty much anyone prototype and build these multi-agent workflows really fast. It's designed to open the doors and make building these collaborative AI teams accessible to way more people, not just expert developers. And has it caught on? Oh yeah, the developer community is all over this. We're talking over 200,000 downloads in just the first 5 months. That's a lot. It just goes to show you there's this massive hunger for a tool that's more visual and user-friendly. Okay, so let's get practical. How does this actually work? Let's follow a character from the research paper. We'll call him Jack the engineer and watch as he uses AutoGen Studio to build an AI team from scratch. So here's Jack's task. It sounds simple enough, but it's actually pretty complex. He wants to create an app that can take a simple idea from a user, say the weather in Seattle, and then automatically generate a whole children's book about it. Not just the story, but the pictures too. All right, so Jack fires up AutoGen Studio, and his whole workflow breaks down into 3 simple steps. First, he has to define and compose his team. This is all drag and drop. He creates a content agent for writing, an image agent for the pictures, and a QA agent to check their work. He just wires them up. Step 2 is test and iterate. He throws his new team into a virtual playground to see them in action, watch their messages, and tweak things to get it just right. And finally, step 3. Once he's happy with the result, he can export and share the whole thing. Now that testing phase is super important, and he uses this awesome built-in profiler. It's basically a dashboard for his AI team. He can see everything at a glance, how much each agent is talking, how much it's costing him to run them in real time, which is huge, and if any of the tools they're trying to use are failing. It makes finding and fixing problems so much easier.
And this last step, this is where the magic really happens. Once Jack is satisfied, he can export that entire workflow, the one he built just by clicking and dragging, and plug it directly into a real application. And get this, it only takes like 3 lines of Python code. That's it, from visual prototype to production-ready code, just like that.
So, what's the big picture here? What does all this mean? Well, this shift from thinking about a single AI to thinking about collaborative teams of AI, it's a massive leap forward. It's going to fundamentally change how we build AI-powered applications. And tools like AutoGen Studio are really paving the way, setting up the key patterns for this new era. They're making AI development more visual, letting you just compose your team. They're making it easier to understand what's actually going on under the hood with these debugging tools. They're bridging that huge gap between a prototype and a real product with that seamless export. And maybe most importantly, they're making it collaborative, creating a community where people can share and reuse these AI teams.
Really, the biggest takeaway is this. The power to create sophisticated teams of autonomous AI agents, it's not just for a small group of elite coders anymore. Tools like this are democratizing access. They're putting this incredible capability into the hands of, well, pretty much everyone.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question for the future, doesn't it? As these tools get even better, the next big challenge won't just be about building one single smarter AI. No, it's going to be about mastering the art and science of being a great manager, of assembling and coordinating the perfect AI team for any problem you can possibly imagine.